So, you know, when you're grown, you got to put away childish things. You know, I had an issue with DMX.
Right.
And
about some serious shit.
Yeah, we squashed that.
It was over your ex? Or what was, is that what it was?
Yeah, you know, it was, I was in my feelings. And I was really just upset the whole experience with this young lady.
Hey, Kurupt, you all good, man. Let's keep it up, man, baby. Hey, y'all, give a shout out to Travel Zero, man. We get to us to make resort. Yeah, man and wife. You feel me? Feel it like that.
Apollo, DMX. Bomb, boo, wop, the boom. What up? You know what I'm saying? But with me, yo, your head.
Many casual rap fans might only know about the headline-making beefs like Tupac versus Biggie, Jay-Z versus Nas, and even the current Kendrick versus Drake saga. But there are some lesser-known rivalries that, while not as famous, have created unforgettable moments and classic tracks that die-hard rap enthusiasts still talk about. And one of these underrated beefs is the one between the late, great DMX and Kurupt. This feud might not have grabbed the same level of media attention, but it was packed with drama and intensity. It may not be talked about as much as some of the bigger feuds, but it certainly had its fair share of impact on the rap scene and produced some classic tracks. So what exactly went down between X and Kurupt? Did things really get that heated and come close to turning deadly? Let's spill all the details and break it down.
That easy.
Really?
Came to me and said, man, guess who's over there at the Hudson? I was like, who? And he was like, DMX. I was like, for real? Where Cuz at? Man, he over there right now. I said, come on, huh? Went over there, and as soon as I saw him, face to face, eye to eye, I was like, what's up, D? He was like, what's up, Kurupt?
2 years after the whole Tupac and Biggie Smalls drama ended in such a tragic way, the East and West Coast rap scenes were still super tense. So in 1999, Kurupt was right in the middle of a new beef. Now, remember, Kurupt played a big part in stirring things up back in 1995 with the track New York, New York, where he practically dissed the whole NYC scene. The video for New York, New York showed Snoop Dogg kicking buildings in New York like Godzilla, which stirred up a ton of controversy. And this all happened because their trailer got shot while shooting the video. So basically, New Yorkers felt disrespected by the West Coast hip-hop artists coming to their city during the East Coast-West Coast rivalry. Initially, the music video was meant to be a tribute to New York City, but everything changed after the shooting. Biggie Smalls stirred things up by calling Hot 97 and chatting with Funkmaster Flex, which led to the shooting incident. And following the shooting, Snoop Doggy Dogg and the Dog Pound decided to change the concept of the video and filmed scenes where they kicked down a building in New York, adding even more fuel to the fire. So anyway, that set off a fiery response from Capone and Noriega, Mobb Deep, and Tragedy Gaddafi with their track LALA, where they were shown throwing members of the Dog Pound off of the Queensboro Bridge. But the Dog Pound wasted no time hitting back with a track that was even more explosive titled New York 87, directly targeting New York. By the way, Jay-Z later chimed in, calling New York soft for not hitting back hard enough at the diss. Now going back to Kurupt, in 1999, he stirred up some fresh drama when he fired shots at DMX, Ja Rule, Irv Gotti, 50 Cent, and others on his track, calling out names. The album, Streets is a Mother. But unlike the earlier feuds, this one wasn't about the coast's rivalry. It was actually about a woman. So here's the scoop. Just before the release of 1996's Il Na Na, Kurupt started dating Foxy Brown, and they even got engaged. But things got messy when Kurupt, who moved from Philadelphia to Los Angeles, started suspecting that Foxy was cheating on him with her Def Jam label mate, DMX. The two even collaborated on Dog and a Fox for her 1999 album China Doll, and they were also featured together on Def Jam's Survival of the Illest tour. By the way, Kurupt later claimed that Foxy took the concept for a dog and a fox from a song that he was gonna do with her. So yeah, this didn't sit right with Kurupt, and not long after, he called off the engagement with Foxy. But he didn't stop there. On calling out names, Kurupt fired some serious shots at DMX, directly threatening his life if he ever stepped foot on the West Coast. Mothaif D, Mothaif M, only X I know is Exhibit or RBX Extraordinary. Trying to snatch my B, you can have the B. The two B's getting rich, just to come to the West Coast and get stripped down to death and stripped all over B. Now, Foxy totally denied ever having anything with DMX, and she always insisted it was all just rumors. Foxy also blamed Eve for starting the rumor and claimed Eve told Kurupt about Foxy and DMX, sparking a big beef between Foxy and Eve. But all this he said, she said drama aside, things got seriously heated between Kurupt and DMX. DMX. And the beef hit a whole new level when Kurupt's 23-year-old bodyguard, Dwayne Draws Dupree, was dead with multiple wounds to his chest on October 17, 1999. Two other rappers, Willard Act the Fool Givers and Javon Realistic Jones, were also shot, and this all went down outside Echo Sound's studio in LA, where Kurupt was recording his album. The gossip mill immediately went into overdrive, speculating that Kurupt's diss track calling out names might have triggered a retaliation attack from the rappers he called out in the song. But within hours of the both DMX and Foxy Brown were quick to deny any involvement. X's spokesperson released a statement at the time saying, DMX is in Miami recording his album. It is unfortunate that an act of that nature happened. DMX is not knowledgeable of this. I just got off the phone with him. Now, Kurupt never directly blamed DMX for the shoot, but he continued to diss him in songs, including Who Ride With Us. Meanwhile, DMX responded to calling out names and dissed Kurupt on his track Party Up, where he raps, I'm tired of weak ass ninjas whining over puss that don't belong to them. F is wrong with them. They F it up for real ninjas like my mans and them who get it all on the strength of the hands with them. But about 2 years later in 2001, Kurupt said that he was squashing his beef with DMX on the track Just Don't Give an F, where he raps, you got something to say about me, say it, cause I'm squashing this ish between me and DMX. Finally, in 2017, Kurupt and DMX ran into each other at an airport where they squashed their beef for good.
Did you and X ever get cool after that?
Indeed.
Okay.
Indeed. Actually, it was a year ago, and I seen him in the airport, LAX. My brother Hump came over to me and said, man, DMX over there. I said, where? He's like, he's right over there. I'm gonna go tell him you come to holler at him. I said, definitely. He went over there, and then I went to go see him. And we've been cool ever since, man.
Yo, it took y'all 20 years?
20 years.
God damn.
Wow.
20 years. Come to find out, man, he was real cool. We had a great conversation, and we've been flying it out ever since.
But Kurupt said that he was still salty about Foxy Brown allegedly cheating on him with X, and he told Charlemagne he still hasn't forgiven her for embarrassing him.
Did you ever forgive Fox?
Huh?
Did you ever forgive Fox?
I mean, no.
He said no.
You know what I'm saying?
Now what happened at the...
Hold on, man. Hold on. Why can't you find forgiveness for Fox in your heart, Kurupt?
I mean, because, man, I do got forgiveness for her because she was young. I was young, too. But...
You was all the way in with the brothers, with the mom. You was all the way in.
I was all the way in. I love them, man. Miss Marchand and all of them, man. Pretty boy. But it's a lot of heartbreak there, man, because I loved that kid. Ain't that what they say? Loved it?
I loved that.
Yeah. I loved that kid. And, it ain't about I didn't forgive her because, it really was just anger about being embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? And I just went about it a very childish way and started all that mess. So it's still a little embarrassing today thinking about how I did exactly the opposite of what.
But see, there's another side to this whole story between Kurupt and Foxy Brown. And turns out, Kurupt is one of the many industry rappers who got involved with a girl underage.
I've researched, all right, I won't say it though. She was 17 years old, that Kurupt and her started dating when she was 17 years of age in June of 1996. Is when I known and heard of her and Kurupt starting to date. That's because that was during the time, I guess him and Foxy hooked up when he had got sent home sometime in, I guess, March or April of 96 for, y'all know. And I just find it strange, man. I was like, damn. So this is 24 years of age and he did this, right? And so, man, when you're in trouble, it usually takes you a while before you go back to doing something. And so then he goes and messes with her. Okay, so she's not 13 or 14. He messed with a 17-year-old. Now I know Foxy been around the block a little bit. The allegations about Jay-Z and stuff like that. She had a hot song on the radio, so it means she been in the studio. So she might have, been out there. But damn, that takes some balls, right? All of this had happened 3 or 4 months earlier with a 13, 14-year-old. And then you go and hook up with a 17-year-old.
So basically, everyone was turning a blind eye to this type of stuff back then. Kurupt was 24 and Foxy was 17 when they had their picture up in the Source magazine. By the way, meanwhile, Jay-Z was 24 when Foxy was 15. And allegedly, Jay was picking her up from high school to take her shopping. But that's not all. Turns out that Kurupt also reportedly started dating the late singer Natina Reed from the girl group Black when she was around 16. And in 2002, Natina gave birth to their son, Trent Brown. So yeah, it's safe to say fans don't have a lot of sympathy for Kurupt when it comes to this DMX Foxy Brown situation. One fan wrote, when Daz and Kurupt were beefing, Daz put it out there that Kurupt used to have a thing for underage girls. He was calling him K. Kelly. And another person wrote, look at the ages of Foxy Brown and Natina Reed when he was with them. All of my favorite artists turning out to be creeps. But let me know how you feel about this whole situation between Kurupt and DMX. Leave your thoughts in the comments and make sure you stick around for this next video.